Andrew Pinero. With this next Games and Storms, I haven't broadcasted from the PlayStation in quite a while. I actually checked the last time I think it said was October 18th, 2018, so over 6 months ago. So while I wait for a couple people to get on, I'm going to get some weather information up and running. I'm going to share this out. Hello, Delvin. Thank you for joining. Less than 1 week of 8 p.m. sunsets. Yes, unfortunately, the year is rapidly moving forward. How are you doing? Once I get this sent out, I'm going to talk about a couple things before we get going. There it is, Games and Storms Live. I'm not sure how to, once the game starts going, how to actually control the game volume versus my microphone volume. Oh wow, interesting. We're starting to get to the point where the sunlight is starting to quickly, we're starting to quickly lose sunlight. Okay. Gotta share this out to like 4 or 5 different places. That's the one thing I don't like with broadcasting from the PlayStation is I can't set up a schedule. So like if I go on the computer and I set up a schedule or a live stream, it can't go to it. It just makes its own, and it only makes its own when I hit start broadcast. So unfortunately, I couldn't let you guys know ahead of time. August 5th specifically, Delvin, I see. Come on. Why are you not going? Facebook is just so frustrating. Thank you. What is this? Why is Twitter black? Is there a dark mode for Twitter? Hello, Raymond. Thank you for joining. Okay. I guess Twitter has a dark mode now. Alright, so now, before we talk about the weather, I am going to give a little update on myself. So, I haven't had a video up for a couple days because Thursday night I fell down a flight of stairs. And when I fell down a flight of stairs, my streaming computer I was carrying, I think what happened was I couldn't see be in front of me over the computer, so I missed a step. I landed on my back on the first landing, slid down, and then landed on my leg on the second landing. I still have a swollen area on my thigh. My knee still is bothering me if I'm standing for a long period of time. But overall, I am feeling better. I'm able to walk a bit better now. I'm able to walk normally instead of like a hop along kind of style. But everything's good. It wasn't enough to actually go to the doctor for an x-ray or anything. Is that from that first night, I was still able to stand on my leg. It's just I couldn't move it, so it was more of muscle damage versus a broken bone or anything. So thankfully, I am getting better. Today's like day Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Today's day 5. So usually that's kind of my thing I've seen is 5 days for injury recovery with anything that's not a broken bone. So feeling better. It's still a little bit sore, especially if I just hit into a corner of something. But overall, doing pretty well. So now, let's take a look at some weather. So unfortunately, also from the from the PlayStation, I can't broadcast a computer to this. And if I leave the video game, it ends the broadcast. So we're going to just talk through some things. So now, Raymond, I see you said you have a severe thunderstorm watch. So let's go to spc.weather.noaa.gov. spc.noaa. I should be able to do this. Hold on. I think I know where I need to go. Also, YouTube is a little bit frustrating because there's a new creator, YouTube Studio that's in beta, but I don't want to use the beta. I want to use the full release version. But YouTube is forcing me to use the beta, which you shouldn't be forced to use the beta, but you are by YouTube, the YouTube overlords. So let me try and get into here. So I have to launch the beta first and then opt out of the beta every time I go into this. Okay. Let's see, that should work. I posted that there. That should pop up on my screen. There we go. Okay. So, the first thing that I'm seeing on this site is a slight and a marginal risk. So let's take a little bit of a closer look inside there. So the slight risk is near Albany, which is probably where Raymond, that severe thunderstorm watch is coming from. Oh, interesting. I've never done that on the. You mean like just watching the stream on YouTube or streaming yourself on YouTube? What I'm looking at right now, I'm just looking at the categories, the convective outlook. So slight, marginal, and general thunderstorms all through the tri-state, specifically Pennsylvania, a little bit into Ohio. Most of New York State is in that marginal risk, and then you have a little strip through kind of like the center of New York State that's in that slight risk. So let's go back to the watches. And let's see. So it looks like the severe thunderstorm watch is north of the Hudson Valley. There's an outline of Orange and Putnam County in New York State. and it kind of cuts through there. It doesn't include anything of New Jersey. It kind of follows the border of New Jersey. Oh, hello. Okay. Ah, yes. So the controller has a 10-minute timeout. So if I don't touch it once every 10 minutes, it turns the controller off, which turned the microphone off, and it turned the headset off itself. But now everything's switched back to this. Ah, Raymond, I see. A robot voice. I wonder if that's interference with your Fire Stick being behind the TV, I'm assuming, right where those inputs are. But this severe thunderstorm looks like, or the severe thunderstorm watch at least, looks like it's really just a strip through Vermont, through the central part of New York at a slant, going into Pennsylvania. And it is showing some storms out there right now. So I'm going to go to weather.gov. Actually, no, we're going to go to College of DuPage, and we're going to bring up some radar. Let's see, how do I do this? There we go. And play. So this I'm going to drop into the chat here. So that's a link that you can click on. That's going to bring you right to the radar I'm looking at. So there are storms pretty much that are starting to pop right now, these storms. I'm just going to bring up radar scope in my area. So I'm looking at Long Island, the north shore of Long Island. What's the biggest town at? I know, I think Rocky Point. It's north of Farmingville. There's not really a major town there. Sound Beach, Oldfield, and then we go a little bit more west, and there's one single cell just east of Bayville, Center Island, Lloyd Harbor, right over there. Now I'm looking into Orange and Rockland County in New York there. So right on the border between Orange and Rockland County. It looks like there's a little cell popping up. Going more north of there. Sullivan in Orange County. There's a cell into there. Trenton in New Jersey, just north of Trenton. There's a cell that goes as far north as Princeton and then Dayton. Let me switch radar sites here. I was at Islip, now I'm at Mount Holly. So in here, it's kind of, there wasn't really anything different it's showing. Ah, severe thunderstorm warning just popped up. I don't think this was here before. So now I'm on the Albany site. Oh, I know why. There we go. So severe thunderstorm warning just popped up. What's it say? Until 2 p.m. for northern Columbia County. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, radar indicated. Expected damage to roofs, sidings, and trees. So we do have severe thunderstorm warnings up there. Hail size, that's one of the key factors that differentiate a thunderstorm versus a severe thunderstorm. Hail. So this is showing a half inch of hail, half-inch diameter hail, which is probably about half a golf ball. Usually a golf ball is about 1 inch, so half of a golf ball will be about a half an inch there. That's it there. Now going a bit further out. This is Syracuse. There's a line, like a pretty well-defined line right over Syracuse. So I'm going to see if I could switch to the Buffalo radar. Nope, Binghamton. Let's go to Binghamton. So I'm at the Binghamton radar. And yeah, right through or just west of Syracuse, and it's going to head through Syracuse. It's pretty well defined. There's a lot of lightning associated with this. So it looks like it's all starting to pop up now, these storms and these triggers. So I want to also take a look at what some of these dew points are like. I'm going to go to, first I want to check Central Park. Penny-sized hail. I mean, who uses coins anymore? Come on. I'm joking. I'm just joking. Yeah, I think they're, especially with the warnings now, they're actually using inches, so like half an inch diameter hail versus penny-sized golf ball, pea-sized softball. Watermelon? Was there a watermelon-sized hail? Or melon-sized hail? I think if you got hit by melon-sized hail, you would be dead. I keep trying to get to weather.gov, and it keeps directing me everywhere else. Weather.com, weather.com. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Heat advisory. Severe thunderstorm watch. What else? We have a flood advisory. That's the eastern tip, or the western tip of Orange County. A lot in there. So I'm going to just drop this in there. This is specifically for OKX. So that's where it's showing all the weather warnings for OKX. Let me go up to Albany, or not Binghamton, not Burlington. There we go. There's Albany. There's Albany. So there's a lot of active alerts out there. And some of these colors are way too similar. Like the heat advisory color is really close to the severe thunderstorm warning color. So you would think a severe thunderstorm warning is for all of the state of Connecticut, or almost all the state of Connecticut, all of Orange, Putnam, Rockland, Westchester, almost all of Nassau, most of, why am I drawing a blank? Nassau and Suffolk County. They gotta change some of these colors because they look really close. Air quality alert once you start getting into Jersey. It's just high heat. I'm gonna go to New York City. This is gonna be Central Park. Central Park, 91 degrees. Dew point is 70. Now let me check here. The dew point by me is 64 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's 93 right now. So it's warmer where I am right now versus New York City. but it's also a little bit drier with a little bit lower dew point. Yeah, all this heat, all this buildup, that's one of the pieces of the thunderstorm. So now, let's go to the good old tropical tidbits. Let's take a look at some of what is projected to happen after a sip of some water. Okay. And we're only going to spend a little bit more time in Albany. Let's find out. Three-day history. It has not hit 90 degrees, it looks like, yet. So the 29th, yeah, that was yesterday. There's your 92. 90 on 28th. It looks like 88 on the 27th. So we have an 88, a 90, a 90. 92. So the 27th didn't get to 90. The 28th did. The 29th did. So today it may actually be an official heat wave for Albany. And I'm going to drop in what I was looking at here. So that is the 3-day history for Albany International Airport. So the 27th did not get any 90s. Assuming today we're going to get into 90, I think there's going to be a heat wave there. Now, let's take a look at some of these forecast models. The GFS is going to be the most, the widest. So it's not going to, the widest intervals, not the most fine detail. Tomorrow looks like it's to be more showers during the day versus bright sunny skies that are out there right now, and then some storms. Saturday, now this is completely opposite the last time I looked at GFS. So Saturday looked like it was going to be a fine day, but now that's not what it says on the GFS. Yet the icon shows the complete opposite. The icon shows a completely sunny day to start out with, then some showers in the evening, kind of like a line of storms. That's not what the GFS said at all. And just for today, I'm going to pick up the 3-kilometer NAM. Why does it only load the page I'm on? I have to slide through all of these. Come on. I think no, that can't be why. I've broadcasted from the gaming computer and done this before, and it was fine. I don't know why. And I'm broadcasting at a much lower resolution because that's all the PS4 can support is 720/60. So yeah, it looks like this evening we could see some little lines of storms. And then there's that one big line that we were talking about from Syracuse. That's going to make its way through, but this line it's showing is from Maine all the way down to West Virginia. That's quite a long line of storms. There we go, making sure that doesn't drop out again. Okay. Let's see, I just pulled up a skew T-chart as well. And it's not a lot. I mean, I think I clicked on the wrong area. Let's go to Albany. Where do we have? Most unstable Cape. The highest out there, 1744 joules per kilogram. That's quite a bit. Now, there's not, I'm looking at the hodograph as well. There's not really kind of like this curve that we would see that shows tornadic activity. It's a little bit more like zigzaggy. So, there's not really too much in terms of tornadic activity, but I still can't completely rule that out. Now I want to go back to New York City. Let me see if I can click right down there. Most unstable Cape. 2471 joules per kilogram. Mean level Cape 1651. The hodograph again still kind of looks like lines, zigzag, zigzag, so nothing really with that really typical tornadic curve that you would see on the hodograph. All right. And in terms of just the weather for the week, going into Wednesday, more scattered showers and then some storms again in the evening. Thursday, maybe a bit more south, like New York City and south for the storms there. Let me see what the icon says as well. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. And Thursday looks like mostly to the south. The high comes down out of Canada. So Friday's not terrible. Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Virginia, they may all see some showers out that area. And then for the weekend, yeah. Saturday looks like nothing till the evening. Sunday looks like nothing. And then going through next week till next Tuesday. Monday itself looks dry as well. And then going into Tuesday, afternoon and evening, that's where we could see what looks like some more showers or a storm. Okay. So a bit of a hot week. Kind of a typical, and it's going to be the first week of August. So today's the 30th, 31st, Thursday. Thursday's going to be the first day of August, August 1st. Okay. Let's get to Kratos here. Now, if anybody is familiar with the God of War series, this one was interesting because the little boy on the right is his son. I guess he's trying to live a human life, even though he is not human at all. And in the game, I've only played this maybe like a half hour or an hour. In the beginning, they hinted at hybridization. When you have two species mating together, the offspring usually has some issues. And he's talking about his usual sickness, that he gets sick all the time, and he's feeling fine now to make this journey. And that was that was teased at one of those Superman movies where Lois Lane and Clark Kent had possibly a kid that they hinted at. And this kid, he had all sorts of allergies, he had asthma, he had all these weird like genetic issues, probably because of two different species. And that's kind of what's going on here with Kratos and his human wife.
Something's breaking through the wall!
This is where we get to the final stop. He's trying to attack with square, but it's not.
On your left! Got more coming! Get off of me!
I just can't, for some reason, learn this button.
Above us! Something's breaking through the wall!
Can I change this? I don't think I can. It's screwing me up. Because typically I want to hit square for punch, but it's R1.
I'm ready!
Now I can't see. Okay, that was even quicker. It's not doing what I want it to do because I keep hitting the wrong damn buttons.
There's something up there! Something's breaking through the wall!
that too. Jeez Louise! What's going on here? I was not like this last night. Now I know what the consequences. That's kind of important.
Father! 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 Something's breaking through the wall! Up there! Something's breaking through the wall! On your Everything okay over there?
Nope, everything's not
Get
okay.
up!
What the hell?
Something's breaking through the wall!
No idea.
Ready and wait! You don't look too good!
So, I don't know if I'm still streaming now. I saw it said internet connectivity was not strong enough for streaming. Let's find out. Oh, Raymond, you had a message that was held because of racism in there. You spelled GFSNIGGR. I don't know what you were trying to say, but it was flagged. And it's streaming right now. And I'm not sure what you were trying to say either. GFS grabbed that Florida tropic system over the weekend? What do you mean? I think I had him read this.
Do you hear that? What is it?
We will see. Stay close.
What is that?
Sounds like Smeagol. Oh, precious. Oh, precious.
So we're going towards the scary signal?
But not for your arrow! Fire!
Watch your back! I can get her! Just send away! Ready to go? That was a real revenant. Never thought I'd see one of those.
It's stuck in a corner. Okay. I thought it said I can upgrade. Oh, I can purchase those. So I have one available. Trying to get to a mountain.
I still don't understand why that man attacked you at our house.
I told you, boy. I know nothing more of it.
Look up there. I guess we need to get back up there. But how?
Follow me.
What's that over there?
Ooh, we got a chest here.
A sealed chest. I bet something good's inside.
The 3 seals. Oh, interesting. Now, what is this? Oh, there's something over here too. I keep hitting X for jump, but it's not.
What?
He can no longer use it. We can.
Nice! You found a seal.
Oh, I have to destroy these. Okay.
Two down.
Is this one? Or is that a reflection?
Look up
see
there.
the other ones.
I guess we need to get back up there. But how?
Follow me.